Well, hello and welcome to the midday news on VOP TV. I'm Moses Humphrey. The crisis in Rivers State worsens as Governor Siminalayi Fubara dislodges 3 chairmen who refused to vacate their offices. House of Reps summons NNPC, AJIP, NURPC, others over investigation over $72 million diversion. Cholera outbreak, expert warns coppers as WHO, UNICEF hold emergency meeting. Nigeria loses 60 to 70% of food produce to bad roads and insecurity, says Tinubu. And now the news in detail. The crisis in Rivers State intensified on Tuesday as youths loyal to Fubara expelled 3 local government chairmen who refused to vacate their offices, while tensions escalated when a policeman was also killed during a clash between supporters of Siminalayi Fubara and those of his predecessors, Nyesom Wike, at the Ebere Omuma Local Government Council Secretariat. In response, police took control of all 23 council secretariats to prevent further violence. The chairman's 3-year terms expired on Monday, but they cited the Local Government Amendment Law 2024, passed by the Wike loyalist in the State House of Assembly, Martin Zamewule-led House of Assembly, which extended their tenure by 6 months due to the lack of local government elections. Well, the Kebbi State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has issued a stern warning ahead of the local government council elections scheduled for August 31. Abubakar Bawa Kalgo, the state PDP secretary, called on the Kebbi State Independent Electoral Commission, security agencies, and stakeholders to ensure the elections are conducted freely and fairly. The acrimony between the Edo State All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party intensified on Tuesday as the APC criticized calls for Philip Shaibu'S resignation from the PDP, labeling them as irritating and baseless. Shaibu, a former deputy governor who was impeached on April 8 but remains a PDP member, called on PDP candidate for the upcoming governorship election, Asu Ighodalo, an outsider, unfit for office. Shaibu, who lost to Ighodalo in the PDP primary, announced his support for the APC candidate, Senator Monday Okpebolo, describing him as the homeboy needed for Edo State. In response, PDP Deputy Director of Media, Reverend Olu Martin, demanded Shaibu's resignation, arguing that he cannot remain in the party while undermining its candidate. Well, the House of Representatives has summoned top officials from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, AJIP Oil Company, and other relevant stakeholders over an alleged diversion of funds amounting to $72 million. The decision to call for an inquiry comes after reports surfaced alleging that funds meant for specific oil sector operations were potentially diverted. The House expressed its concerns over the implications such actions could have on the economy and the oil sector's integrity, which plays a crucial role in Nigeria's financial ecosystem. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has clarified the causes of quick data depletion experienced by mobile subscribers, responding to concerns about potential data fraud by telecom providers such as MTN, Airtel, Globacom, and Nine Mobile. The NCC highlighted significant factors contributing to the accelerated consumption of data. VOP TV's Matthew Gunswada provides further details in this report.
The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has shed light on the reasons behind fast data depletion among mobile subscribers. Addressing concerns of alleged data fraud by service providers like MTN, Airtel, Globacom, and Nine Mobile, the NCC outlined key factors contributing to rapid data usage. According to the NCC's official website, excessive usage, streaming videos, downloading large files, and prolonged use of data-heavy apps can quickly exhaust data limits. Background applications also play a significant role, consuming data even when not actively in use. Furthermore, automatic updates for applications and operating systems also add to data depletion, alongside data-intensive services like GPS and location-based apps such as Google Maps. Additionally, advertisements within apps can consume data passively. While the NCC advises mobile users to manage data consumption by disabling unnecessary background apps and limiting automatic updates, they also recommend considering larger data plans if consistently running out of data. Voice of the People TV spoke to Nigerians to understand how they are managing their data usage during this period.
I manage my data by not downloading some unnecessary videos and being active on the social media I want, like TikTok and WhatsApp.
Whenever I'm in the office, I connect to Wi-Fi and I use it. But when I'm using my personal data, after I've checked the necessary things, I switch it off. So to manage my money on data.
I use this data every 3 days. I subscribe every 3 days. But I can't do without data because that is all my business. That's what I do with it. So, and I just think that that we change it in a way that someone can subscribe unlimited data. Understand me? So, but it's not working here in Nigeria. So we spend a lot on data, and I spent almost like 5,000 naira to 6,000 every week.
The major reason why I actually manage my data is because I use most of my data subscription on something that is very important, including my business and all that. So I don't base much on watching videos that has nothing to do with my, So I make sure I only use my data for something that is very, very important to me, that gives me improvements and all that.
I tend to monitor how far I've used my data and what I'm actually using it for. So then it actually allows me to then, if I need to redirect what I'm using it for, or then limit the way I use my data because of, well, that's the only way I can actually survive here in Nigeria. I can survive here in Nigeria, and that's just how I manage it. I'm making it of a monthly subscription, so I tend to never put it off. But that actually helps me monitor what I'm using it for and how far I've actually used it.
While the Nigerian Communications Commission has outlined several factors such as excessive usage, background application, and automatic updates leading to data depletion, it's evidence that awareness of these factors can help us to make informed decisions about our mobile data usage. Matthew Ogunswada for Voice of the People TV.
You're still watching the midday news on VOP TV. More stories when we return from this break. Well, thanks for staying with us. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has approved a deal to procure 450 megawatts of electricity from the Zungeru Hydroelectricity Generation Company Limited. This move aims to ensure grid stability and prevents the shutdown of the newly completed Zungeru hydropower plant, which recently demonstrated a generation capacity of 600 megawatts. The directive allows the independent system operator of the Transmission Company of Nigeria to manage the settlement for power from Zungeru for an initial period of 105 days, starting May 16, 2024. This agreement helps address current grid imbalances and ensures the plant continues to supply power to improve service delivery to Nigerian electricity consumers. In the maritime sector, the Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency bill has sparked controversy, with stakeholders arguing it conflicts with government efforts to reduce governance costs. Maritime stakeholders urge the federal government to focus on reducing governance expenses by implementing the Oronsanya report, which recommends consolidating agencies with overlapping functions. They believe passing the Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency bill amid economic challenges is ill-timed. The push to pass the bill through the National Assembly has created tension within the sector as regulators vie for dominance. Stakeholders are calling on the government to implement the Oronsanya report fully and save on governance costs. Well, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, convened an emergency meeting to address the escalating health crisis caused by cholera. The meeting brought together leading experts in epidemiology and public health, who issued a stark warning to members of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, commonly referred to as coppers, about the heightened risk of contracting the disease. The emergency session focused on strategizing immediate and long-term solutions to combat the spread of cholera, which has seen a worrying resurgence in several communities. The WHO and UNICEF emphasized the need for rapid intervention, including the provision of clean water supply, sanitation facilities, and comprehensive public health education campaigns to prevent further infections. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has advised Nigerians to avoid storing cooked food in refrigerators for more than 3 days. Director General Moji Adeyeye issued the warning, highlighting the risk of contamination by disease-causing pathogens that can lead to serious foodborne illnesses and even death. This advisory was part of the agency's statement commemorating the 2024 World Food Safety Day. Adeyeye emphasized the importance of maintaining food safety to protect public health and support economic development. She called on all stakeholders in the food supply chain to implement robust food safety practices to mitigate risks and ensure the well-being of consumers. The campaign aligns with the global efforts to promote food safety awareness and prevent foodborne diseases, which, according to the World Health Organization, WHO, affects millions of people worldwide annually. You're still watching the midday news on VOP TV. Business and sports when we come back.
Catch up with the latest topics making the buzz, the stories that tick, the trends. Let's let you in on why they are trending, from politics, entertainment, business, lifestyle, and more. Analyzing the trending stories with top eyeballs. Hashtag on Voice of the People Television, giving you an insight to everything and everyone Nigeria is talking about. Showing on VOP TV, 10 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hashtag if it's trending, we bring it on.
Well, thanks once again for staying with us. President Bola Tinubu has attributed the high cost of food in Nigeria to the loss of 60 to 70% of the country's agricultural produce, primarily due to bad roads, banditry, and terrorism. In a statement by his spokesperson, Ajorin Galali, Tinubu emphasized the urgent need for improved infrastructure and security during a meeting with the National Assembly delegation in Lagos. He stressed that without good roads, farmers face significant challenges in transporting their produce, leading to substantial losses and higher prices for consumers. Tinubu also called for a concerted effort to eliminate banditry and terrorism to allow farmers to safely cultivate and harvest their foods. He highlighted the importance of addressing economic sabotage, such as the vandalism of rail tracks and electric cables, which further hampers the country's growth. The president urged Nigerians to change their mindset and value system to foster economic development, stressing the need for productivity and the cessation of smuggling and other detrimental activities. The Nigerian government has signed a $3.5 billion agreement with Afrexim Bank to revitalize the textile industry and promote the use of compressed natural gas vehicles. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, announced the deal during the 31st Afrexim Bank annual meeting in Nassau, the Bahamas. The agreement aims to support President Bola Tinubu's vision of a diversified and prosperous Nigerian economy, covering areas such as industrialization, statewide investment projects, and investor confidence. The deal includes a $3 billion industrialization financing facility, efforts to attract investment to various states, and initiatives to boost the textile and apparel industry in partnership with Arise Integrated Industrial Platforms. This investment is expected to generate significant job opportunities and drive economic growth. Additionally, developing the CNG value chain is anticipated to enhance Nigeria's automotive and transport sectors, promoting sustainability and reducing environmental impact. The Honorable Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owaeno, is in Benin City to support athletes at the All Nigeria Athletics Championships, the 2024 national trials. Emphasizing the importance of the event in preparing athletes for the upcoming Paris Olympics, Senator Eno praised their dedication and performance. Many athletes have achieved personal bests and Olympic qualifications during these trials. The minister's presence highlights the government's commitment to fostering a supportive environment for Nigerian athletes as they gear up for the 2024 Olympic Games, set to take place from July 26 to August 11 in Paris. Chelsea will kick off the 2024-25 Premier League season with a major clash against reigning champions Manchester City at Stamford Bridge on Sunday, August 18th. This fixture comes after the release of the new season schedule. Chelsea aims to break a 9-game winless streak against City, dating back to their victory in the 2021 UEFA Champions League final. Last season, Chelsea and City played to a 4-4 draw at Stamford Bridge and a 1-1 draw at the Etihad, with City also securing a narrow 1-0 win in the FA Cup semi-finals. For London derbies, Chelsea will host Arsenal on November 9 and visit Tottenham Hotspur on December 7. Meanwhile, Arsenal will face Wolverhampton Wanderers at home to start their campaign. Newly promoted Ipswich Town will welcome Liverpool, while Manchester United will begin the season with a home match against Fulham on Friday night. Well, that's it on the midday news on VOP TV. But before we go, let's take another look at our major headlines. Crisis in Rivers State worsens as Governor Siminalayi Fubara dislodges 3 chairmen who refuse to vacate their offices. House of Representatives summons NNPC, AGIP, NUPRC, others for investigation over $72 million diversion. Cholera outbreak. Experts warn against coppers. Expert warns coppers as WHO, UNICEF hold emergency meeting. Nigeria loses 60 to 70% of food produce to bad roads and insecurity, says Tinubu. Well, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms. we are at VOP TV Live. Well, that's the news. Coming up is Spotlight with Chisom Eyinaya. I am Moses Humphrey. Good afternoon.